in your pockets for my safety.
Oh, my hand in my pocket's not for your safety.
Yes, it is. It's for my safety, sir.
It's a little chilly out here. I don't have any weapons on me.
Sir, can you check them? Because I don't know.
You cannot just check me. You can't do that. You can't go in my pockets. I don't consent to searches or seizures. Hey.
So take your hands out of your pockets. You have a weapon?
I don't.
Show me
I'm telling you I
yours.
don't. I'm not going to show you my hands, man, because it doesn't. That's against the law.
Talk to you over here.
You can't just search people. What's wrong with you? Can I speak?
Okay, here we go. Another episode of Cop Audit. Obviously, it's clear and present danger that this lady should not be in law enforcement. She evidently doesn't know the simplest laws, constitutional laws at that. That's their go-to. Take your hands out of your pocket. I want to make sure you don't have a weapon. Well, that's funny because you have a weapon. I haven't broken the law. You haven't broken the law as a law enforcement officer. So therefore, you don't need to search me. And first of all, without me committing a crime, you can't search me, just like this auditor said. It's ridiculous. It's, I could do thousands of these videos, and it pisses me off every single time I watch him. He is literally not a threat. Literally not a threat. And she starts to agitate. She starts to escalate the situation simply because he has his hands in his pocket. Listen, I'll say it in every video. If you're that scared, because this is the United States of America now. Fucking guns are everywhere, and almost everybody has guns now. If you're that afraid of law-abiding citizens having guns, or just anybody having guns in general, you shouldn't be on the streets. You should literally not be on the streets. Now, the black officer, he was standing there because I assume the lady officer is the lead officer on this. Typically how it goes is the first responding officer on the scene is kind of the lead officer. So I think she must be the lead officer, and the black officer was just kind of the backup. But you notice he wasn't being aggressive. He was just chill. And he probably knew, like, lady, we can't be doing this. Like, they'll always have each other's back. They may not say anything, but they'll always have each other's backs. So I haven't actually seen this one. Let's play it out. But he was right in his worry of saying, I want to speak to a supervisor. And you should always do that, because if officers like her are literally violating your rights or attempting to, you should get a supervisor there immediately. And he did the right thing by asking.
Speak to the supervisor, please.
Yes, we're going to call one.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Well, that you got to do for my safety. And if you want to speak to me, take your hand out of your pocket so I know I'm safe and you're safe. I'm asking to see your hands the way you can see.
And you can see what's in my pocket.
No, I can't.
I'm
not asking to see what's in your pocket. I'm asking to see your hand.
So if I took my hand out of my pocket and then I put my hand back in my pocket.
If you want to put it back in your pocket,
that makes no sense.
Outside of your pocket to make sure there's nothing in there.
I don't consent.
Okay. Well, but then I'm not going to speak to you till I know what's going on. You have you have their permission to be here? Did you?
I don't need their
supervisor.
Can you, and he's a supervisor at that. Can you believe the audacity of this officer? First, let's play this stupid little game, because all it ends up being is, I want you to comply to me because I'm your authority. This cop knows nothing's in his pocket, but because this auditor is challenging his authority, they don't like that. So in order for him to think he won, he wants to make sure you comply. You do what I say first. It's just casting a mouse and cat game. That's all it is. And then he has the audacity. These videos piss me off to no end.
I don't need their permission to be here. This is public property.
It's not public property in that sense.
It is public property.
It's public property if you're here to conduct business.
No, it's
if
public.
not, they can tell people they don't want to service them or they can't be on the property.
No, they can't do that.
Yes, they can.
They can't do that.
Yes,
You're wrong.
If they don't want you on the property, you can go film from off their property.
This is public property.
It's not.
So why does your officers come up to me and say, get your hand out of your pocket, get your hand out, and then try and go into my pocket?
Because
she attempted to go inside of my pocket. I had to back away from her.
but nobody went in your pocket.
Away from you, sir, because I didn't know what you had in your pocket.
Sir,
You should listen. You should really get another job if you're going to be so scared.
like, we're not gonna. Here's this supervisor that runs this, so we can decide whether they want him here or not.
Yeah, whether you're going to get a lawsuit or not.
That's
Because you don't care because you're not going to pay it.
It's not about that. If they're telling you,
How long have you been? How long have you been in law enforcement officer that you're scared?
I'm not scared of anything.
You're scared of me. My head's in my pocket.
I am scared because
Why?
people have things in their pockets
Oh my
sometimes that are
God,
dangerous.
ridiculous, ridiculous.
And then the most people that don't, they
Yep.
say, "Sure, check my
You ever-
pocket," and we move on.
So you have the ID on you?
I didn't come.
Okay, you heard what that officer said. Well, most people that don't have anything in their pockets, they just comply. No, what you mean to say is most people do what we tell them to do, even if we're infringing on their rights. Now, as I hit pause, you heard what this next officer said. Do you have ID? Goes back to that crack ID thing. We got to have your ID. We got to have your ID. Oh my God. Can't function without it. Got to have your ID. Let's see how this plays out.
The crime, so I won't be handing that over today.
Okay, what is your name, sir?
I told the sergeant my first name's Sean.
Can you tell me your last name? Because I gave you my last name. My bad.
Oh, no. I just don't give out any private information unless I've been suspected of committing a crime.
He said you committed a crime.
I know that.
What he said to you is if they
I know
feel
that.
they don't want you on the property any longer, or you're causing a disturbance to the business and what they're doing, you're going to have to go. That's what we said. We never said you were committing a crime. Is this your car, hon?
Yes.
All right, we'll move so you can get your car.
Okay, so once again, we've said this a multitude of times. He's in public. He's allowed to film. He's not doing anything. But why are people, and you'll see in all these videos, why are people so afraid of being videotaped? There are cameras everywhere now. There's cameras on buildings. I'm sitting in a warehouse doing a security detail. There are cameras. I'm in a warehouse district right now. There are cameras on every one of these buildings. I'm being filmed. Am I causing there's warehouses over there that's probably filming me. You don't see me getting uptight about that. When you go into the post office, what is there? There's cameras. When you go into Kroger's, what is there? There's cameras. When you go into public and private properties, nowadays there's cameras everywhere. But for some weird reason, people get uptight when an actual individual is filming. Now, the black officer, I'll give him due credit. He asked for his ID. That's what they'll always do. They're allowed to ask, but they can't demand. They can ask, but they can't demand. So the officer did well. He said, no, I'm not giving up my ID. And the black officer was like, okay, whatever, that's cool. This older white officer is so incredibly unprofessional, and he's a sergeant at that. So I would have actually asked for a lieutenant or hire to come out on the spot. But this white officer gentleman has absolutely no clue what he's talking about. He has absolutely zero clue what he's talking about. And because of that, she gets an F. The black officer, I'll give him an A. The white responding supervisor officer, I'm going to give him a flat out F. I don't know what the conclusion of the video is because this is the conclusion. So I don't know if he got kicked off the property or not. But guys, listen, at the end of the day, you have to know your rights. But not only that, you have to stand up for your rights, not only against law enforcement, but against public citizens as well, too, that are so scared of somebody video record. Why do I care? Listen, why do I care if someone video records me? I'm being video recorded all the time. So, guys, we'll see you on the next one. Boom.